What is up, you guys? This is your boy, Andy Matrix. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. So today I'm going to answer the ever-ending questions. Why, oh why can't localizers just do their damn job right? I mean, seriously, what is the problem? Why can't they just, do the translation correctly? It's very simple. Instead of just adding their ideologies and, political correctness, why can't they just really literally translate the expression from Japanese to English? We've seen this happening since, for the longest time. And, and I have covered, many stories from the Netflix, what happened with Netflix of Tiger and Bunny, basically throwing in some gender ideologies in there about gender roles. To Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, talking about the patriarchy and all that. Funimation translations. To manga, the translations in manga, translations in video games we've seen. And it's, why can't they just do their dang job right? So I'm about to answer this question. So before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell and for future notifications, guys. And one of my subscribers actually asked me this question, so I decided to make a video about it. So anime, manga, video games, right? Anything that's comes from Japan. We've seen a lot of these activist translators, just take a manga, take a video game or an anime and just butcher it with their political correctness or with their activism, whether if it has to do with like the gender thing or like the LGBT thing. And I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm simply saying we want good translations, right? And that's one of the reasons why people just rather watch things with subtitles, right? Because usually subtitles are not ruined. And one of the most popular localizers from a couple of months back in the year 2022 was Katrina Leonodakis. Leonodakis. I can't pronounce her freaking name right, but here she is. It was on Twitter. She became notorious. She became just popular for supporting bullcrap translations of manga from Japanese to English, right? And I'm going to explain why. So imagine this. Imagine if you own a company that translates these, this entertainment, this media, and you hire you do not know Japanese. You don't know Japanese. You don't speak a lick of Japanese. The only Japanese you probably know, is just like the common words like sushi, karate, karaoke, I don't know, sumo, arigatou gozaimashita, right? Or nani, right? People always sound so silly when they say that in English, in Japanese. But imagine you don't know Japanese. You don't know the language. You can't even read the symbols. And I bet a lot of you guys don't even know. A lot of you guys don't even know, but Japanese has 3 alphabets. Yes, Japan has 3 alphabets. And when I was in high school, yes, I actually took Japanese in high school. This was a long time ago. Okay, by the grace of God, there was a Japanese teacher in my high school because back then, schools were being funded and we actually had, they were being paid money to teach different languages back in the 2000s. Yeah, I know. It was a great time, wasn't it?
It's actually, I'm not even mad. That's amazing.
Anyways, Japanese teacher, right? So I learned hiragana, katakana, and kanji. Yes, that's right. 3 of the alphabets. Now, kanji is really hard because kanji are basically Japanese symbols. And in Asian countries, every country uses the Chinese symbols differently. They originate from China, but it's used differently in different countries. Like the way the Japanese use it, the way the Koreans use it are completely different. The way that the Taiwan uses it and Thailand uses it is different. Same thing for Vietnamese and so. Right? So I learned hiragana, katakana because, those are the 2 easy alphabets you learn. Although the characters are pretty easy, but then when you get to the kanji, it's really freaking difficult. So a company that hires a person who speaks Japanese and can translate Japanese to English, this is very valuable. You are an asset. You are a very important person because that means that you are going to help them translate something that's going to help them make more money in another country, right? That's why it's so popular. That's why it's so translation is in demand. And I think translation jobs are going to increase in the future, right? So if you're looking for a new career, there you go. And I'm not just talking about the Japanese language. I'm also talking about all kinds of languages like German, Chinese, which is in high demand, Korean. You get the point. So they hire these people. And because they think that they are masters. And honestly, I'm going to be very honest with you. They are. Like, what's her name? Where the heck is she? Katrina Leonodakis, the notorious localizer on Twitter. Yeah, so I'm guessing she's very good with her Japanese. You know, if you're able to translate. But the problem then becomes is like the company trusts these translators, these localizers, too much to the point where they just give them creative freedom. They just tell them, here's a manga, here's an anime, here's a video game, translate it to the best of your abilities, okay? But then what the localizers do is that they just they throw in whatever the heck that they want within the medium, right? Within the anime, manga, or video game. These localizers, they take creative freedom and liberties to just add whatever it is that they want. And because of the language barrier, right? Because you know, Americans or people that speak English, you know, they can't read Japanese, they can't speak Japanese, they don't understand Japanese, right? So it's like the localizers can easily tell their employers, like, hey, yep, this is exactly what it means. This is exactly what it means. And the reason why I say this is because I speak 2 languages. Now, I know a little bit of Japanese because I know I've studied Japanese since high school. I don't speak it fluently. You know, I just know like basic things, and I know the two alphabets and some kanji, right? I know this because, look, I can write something in Spanish and give it to an English speaker. They will not know what it means, right? I can speak in Spanish and, you know, to an English speaker. They will not understand crap of what I'm saying. And it's the same thing with these localizers, right? You tell them translate this from English to Japanese. They'll do it and they'll say, yep, this is accurate. They'll say this is accurate. But in reality, they're just lying directly to the faces of their employers. They just had fun, just tons of fun. Just translating and butchering a manga, anime, or video game with the, you know, adding in political correctness and all that stuff to the, you know, to the entertainment, and then just putting it out there and say ha 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 ha, mwah, ha 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 ha. Yeah, look what I just did. Now everybody's gonna read what I put out there. It's ego. It's an ego trip. It gives them an ego boost. They're arrogant. They are absolutely freaking arrogant. And it's not that they cannot do their job right. It's that they choose to do this out of arrogance and ego. It's very frustrating. And we're trusting these people to translate this shit. So at the end of the day, you know, it's better to just stick with your subtitles. They're doing this for the pure joy of it. They're ruining translations for the pure joy of it, and they know it, and they don't care because nobody can understand what they translated, except of course some people on Twitter who always catch them. There are people on Twitter that speak Japanese, and when they see these translations, they call it out, and that's how we've been able to catch people like, what's her name again? Katrina Leonodakis. And why is that name so hard to pronounce? Anyways, I hope I've helped you guys understand. As a person who speaks multiple language, look, I can say something in Spanish, like if I say, mira, tu madre puto pendejo, right? I can say something like that, or tu come mierda, tu no sabes nada. Vete a la varga. Tu eres un maldito otaku que no sabe nada, no sabe mierda, right? Did you understood anything of what I just said? And then if you tell me, hey, Anderson, what do you just, can you translate that for us? And I'll tell you, oh, yeah, I was just telling you about how much I love you, how much I care about you. No, I'm not going to translate what I just said, okay? But anyways, guys, I hope I helped you understand this situation with these localizers. And whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Make sure to like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Come on, guys. Do not be a bunch of pendejos. Subscribe to the channel. Oh, my God. You guys, you see? You have absolutely no idea of what I just said. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for watching. This is your boy, Andy Matrix. Godspeed.